The News 1226 First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down your street.
The First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster.
Go to southernroofingaugusta.com for all of your roofing needs.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
You can find ice-cold refreshment right here at Parker's Kitchen. Cool off with a large fountain or frozen drink for just 79 cents. Only at Parker's Kitchen.
Live from Augusta. You're watching News 12, first at 4.
Happening now, we have some nice weather for tomorrow night's football games with some rain this weekend. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Zana Halliburton, joined with your First Alert meteorologist, Emily Acton. Emily, we really can't complain about this forecast, I don't think, because the temperatures have felt so nice. Tomorrow being Friday, we should be in the clear for football.
Yeah, things are looking so much better than what we saw yesterday, Zana. Last week, I should have said. Last Friday was a little bit wet out there for some of those football games, but things are looking nice and dry this evening. Beautiful conditions. Things are very comfortable outdoors, lower humidity levels, and that's making us feel pretty close to what the actual temperature is in those lower 80s. We'll be in the lower 80s until after sunset, then dipping into the 70s for us, eventually bottoming out in those 60s overnight. But here's tomorrow's forecast for us. Pretty similar to what we're seeing right now. That's what we can expect for your Friday night football kickoff. We'll be in those low 80s, but dropping off quickly into the 70s after sunset and eventually 60s by around 10, 11 p.m. for us. So things are feeling a lot more like fall, a lot more like football weather than what we have been seeing. So definitely looking forward to it. We do have rain, though, in the forecast. I'll tell you when coming up.
New details continue to emerge about the shooter who took 2 lives and injured 18. Westman graduated from 8th grade at Annunciation in 2017. At the time, Westman went by Robert. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara says Westman's mother worked at the Annunciation Parish as well. This is the 44th school shooting in the U.S. this year, according to a CNN analysis. New this afternoon, firefighters rushing to the scene of a house fire in Graniteville. Fire officials say it happened on Sherwood Forest Drive near Bettis Academy Road just after 1. Officials say it started in the carport and quickly spread to the house. Everyone in the home got out safely. We're still working to learn how it started. Developing now, multiple cars are damaged after a fire at the Jim Hunson Automotive Group. This is video from the scene last night on Washington Road. As you can see, the cars had smoke coming from them and are burned. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says it happened around 7:30 last night. We're working to learn the extent of the damage and if anyone was hurt. 1 week from today, Columbia County's Planning Commission is expected to talk about plans for a new controversial solar farm. The proposed project would... New this afternoon, funding to help fight the opioid epidemic is coming to Georgia, including 1 local recipient. Today, Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock announcing $900,000 coming to the state. They say the Hospital Authority of Jenkins County is receiving a $300,000 grant. The funding will help provide prevention, treatment, and recovery services. New updates first at 4. The International Paper Company closing its mills in Savannah and Riceboro is having a bigger impact beyond its employees. It's also impacting subcontractors employed by the company. It's the same company we told you about when Mayor Garnett Johnson released a statement on the closure. While the mill in Augusta is not closing, the mayor says it is a top private sector employer in the area. A project manager with East Coast Mechanical says due to the mill closure, contractors in Savannah will lose jobs and income opportunities.
People that's looking for jobs, operators, maintenance hands, millwrights, pipe fitters, electricians, and like I say, they've been a big part of the industrial community around here for a long time. A big mill, a couple paper machines running. When you take that away, it takes a lot. It's going to take a lot of money out of Savannah, Georgia.
International Paper has a location in Washington. We have not yet heard about it closing. New today, a new facility opening to help provide resources to those impacted by weather events and power outages. Local officials cutting the new Generac located on Mike Paget Highway that'll bring jobs to the area. Coming up later tonight on News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock, here Kennedy Payne will speak with officials about how this will help you. New this afternoon, after Hurricane Helene canceled an annual benefit concert for the Jesse Norman School of the Arts, they're ready to perform again. The school says this year's theme is remembering the resiliency of the community after Helene. Tonight on News 12 at 5:30, your Cindy Hood spoke with the executive director about this year's concert and how you can help give back. New updates this afternoon: an order to remove references to transgenders and sexual. We have a traffic alert for you. This is drone video taken from our Sky 12 drone earlier this week on the Horizon South Parkway Road widening project, which is extended tonight from 7 until tomorrow morning at 6. There also will be lane closures tomorrow until next Wednesday from 9 until 2:30. These will be near Steiner Way, near the Walmart in Grovetown. So if you're heading that way, just know there could be some traffic delays. We have a safety alert to pass along. 2 people have died after eating raw oysters with a deadly flesh-eating bacteria. One person ate it at a restaurant in Florida and the other in Louisiana. According to the CDC, the potentially deadly bacteria is in coastal waters. During warmer months, especially where fresh water is near the sea, cases of the bacteria used to mostly be near the Gulf Coast. But the CDC says cases from 1988 to 2018 increased 800% along the East Coast. The CDC says about 1 in 5 people with the infection die. Ahead of the Labor Day weekend, Amtrak is rolling out faster wheels to get you to your destination quicker, where you can go ride the new passenger train. Next.
And looking at this evening, if you have any outdoor plans, things are looking nice, maybe a little bit cloudy, but very comfortable. That's going to change, though, this weekend. I'll tell you more coming up.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
Join us right here.
Physicians Mutual. Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, if you have any outdoor plans this evening, going to be very comfortable outdoors. We are staying dry throughout the rest of our Thursday. Temperatures still in the 80s at 7 p.m., but again, that cloud cover is really going to stick around for us. We'll drop off into the 70s after sunset, eventually seeing those lower 60s for that average overnight low. And good news is things are looking a lot better for our Friday night under the lights forecast. Things are not looking too bad. It kick off right around 82, and then we'll be in those upper 70s by halftime for us, and eventually, again, dropping off into those 60s. So partly cloudy sky conditions, dry conditions. So that's a little bit of a change in the forecast from what we were saying midweek. The models have really backed off on that rainfall. So here's what we're looking at. Starting off the afternoon tomorrow, nice and dry, plenty of sunshine, and again, there is that chance for a very small hit or miss shower, but I really think we're going to be mostly dry. Those games are going to go off, and things will be a lot better than what we saw last week, thankfully for us. Now, Saturday, a little bit of a different story. Starting off dry, broken clouds for us, and then we'll see that chance for more scattered showers and thunderstorms possibly. So that could stick around throughout the late afternoon into our evening. And good news is if you have any plans for Labor Day, Sunday, Monday, not looking as bad. We're going to be partly cloudy for the second half of our Labor Day. 84, that average high temperature. We could see an isolated shower, but overall, we're really looking mostly dry. Here's the next 7 days for us, though. We're going to be cruising in those lower 80s after tomorrow till we get into the middle of next week. Then we'll kind of start to build back those temperatures. Plenty of sunshine for us by the end of the week.
Thanks for that, Emily. Today marks 5 years since Anderson's
The tracks in Maryland.
All right, then. Take the train. One local animal shelter is hosting a fundraiser for a project that'll reunite missing pets with their owners faster. How you can help next.
And if you have any outdoor plans this evening, going to be very comfortable for us, and that trend's going to continue for our Friday. Rain is in the forecast, though. I'll tell you when, coming up.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
How did you sleep last night?
Tomorrow, we'll see a high temperature in the upper 80s for us, right around that 86-degree mark. Things are looking a lot drier than what they were earlier this week. That rainfall, though, is still in the forecast for our Saturday. Here's what that looks like. Temperatures will drop off a little bit as well, right around 81. We'll see a few hit or miss showers throughout the morning, maybe a little bit more widespread throughout our afternoon, but nothing that's going to be a total washout for us. I do think this model might be a little bit more on the dry side than what we'll see, but overall, not a whole lot of rainfall for our Saturday, Sunday. A hit or miss shower. Same for Labor Day, and check out those temperatures. We're staying in the low 80s for us as we go throughout the end of the week and into the weekend, into the start of next week, I should say, for us. Once we get into the middle of next week, maybe an isolated shower or two, but temperatures will be on the rise, so we'll see those middle 80s starting Wednesday, and we'll probably stay in those middle 80s for the rest of the week.
Okay, thank you, Emily. Today, the SPCA Albrecht Center in Aiken says they're raising money for a new microchip scanning station and pet food pantry. Their goal is to help get missing pets back home quicker by allowing the community to use the station themselves 24/7. There will also be a pet food pantry for families in need. The shelter has met with a local company installing the station who is volunteering their time to do it. Coming up tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, I'll tell you just when you could see this go up. On today's Grant Me Hope, as we approach fall, more restaurants are adding fall-themed drinks and treats to their menus. We caught up with the New Moon Cafe, who says their popular fall drink is chai and their Happy Camper latte. They say as the temperature is dropping, more customers are coming in. She says they're also getting more creative when making drinks.
We have some little placards that help with the art, and we've got the fall leaves coming out, the pumpkins. We've got some new Halloween ones this year to kind of spook it up a little bit. I'm excited to try those out.
I think a lot of people are excited this time of year. It's all about the pumpkin spice.
I'm not a pumpkin spice person. We've talked about this a lot, Zayna. I'm not a coffee person. I know, what is it, you only like the sweet
I really like the
coffees.
sweet drinks and like frappes, but you know, I really am open to trying different things. I will say I do like chai. I have a Keurig at home, and I make chai and sometimes put a little creamer, make it sweet. That's my thing right now.
All right.
What's your go-to? If you had to pick a drink, what would be your go-to?
Sprite.
Okay, all right. Sprite's year-round, Emily.
Yep,
Sprite's year-round.
I really don't venture out at all. So, anyways, maybe this will be something that I'll need to venture out for, but let's look at the community calendar here. Starting this Monday, there will be an online auction benefiting Christ Community Health. Some prizes include things from Atlanta Braves, Top Golf, the Riverbank Zoo, and more. This will go from 8 a.m. Monday through October 4th. So definitely looks like something fun to check out. Now, looking at those forecast temperatures for tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the low 60s, maybe a spot here or there. We'll get in those upper 50s, drop into those upper 50s for us. So starting off our Friday, pretty mild, very similar though to what we have been seeing the past couple of days. And if you are headed out to any Friday Night Lights, I don't think this is the right graphic here, but hey, we'll get the right one coming up soon. But anyways, we are anticipating much better conditions than what we saw yesterday, so that's definitely some good news for us. Very dry, 86 for that average high temperature, so it'll be a little bit on the warmer side, but nothing that we're not used to. Very football-like weather for us, but rain will return for our Saturday. Once we get into Sunday, maybe a hit or miss shower, and Labor Day is on Monday, right around 84. Stick with us. We have more coming up.
At Farmers Home Furniture, we take pride. You're watching News 12, first at 4. Continues.
Continuing coverage first at 4, we have some good weather for tomorrow night's football games with rain this weekend. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Zayna Halliburton, joined with your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton. Emily, I think a lot of people are happy about this weather we've been seeing. It's still summer, we can't forget that.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people like fall.
Oh, definitely so. I'm ready for those cooler temperatures. I'm not ready, though. The sunset is before 8 p.m. now. I think we're at 7:56, maybe, something like that. And I know that's just a few minutes before 8, but yeah, things are turning a little bit more into fall as we speak. Under the lights forecast for tomorrow, we'll be in the 80s at kickoff, eventually dropping off into the 70s and possibly even seeing those upper 60s by the time we hit 11 p.m. So bring a jacket just in case, because 70 in the sun is very different from 70 at night. So again, I always tend to forget that. I'm thinking, oh, 70's warm, but it is a little bit cooler whenever we don't have the sun coming down on us. Looking at this weekend, you're going to need that rain jacket. So kind of trade in a jacket for your rain jacket. 81, that average high temperature. 82 comes Sunday. Again, those rain chances will be mostly heavy for our Saturday, drying off for the end of our weekend. I'll have a look, though, at when we can expect those showers coming up.
Thanks, Emily. This afternoon, hundreds attending vigils to remember. New details on a shooting in Graniteville that left one person injured earlier this week. Here's video from the scene on Bettis Academy Road near Dollar General Tuesday night. Incident reports from the Aiken County Sheriff's Office show when they arrived on scene, they saw a large group of people around a man who was shot. The victim told deputies he was shot inside of a car and did not know who shot him. We're working to learn more about possible suspects. This afternoon, the Richmond County School District says there are some reports of COVID cases among students. The district says they're following CDC guidelines and local health department recommendations. Officials say if your kid has COVID, a respiratory illness, or fever, they should stay at home. They say they should not return to school until they've been fever-free for 24 hours and until their symptoms improve. There's a major shakeup at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta. The Trump administration is ahead of Labor Day weekend. We're on your side with some safety advice when going out to the lakes with your boats. Officials say you should check your boat to make sure it's working properly. That includes checking the lights, fuel, and battery. You also should make sure you have life jackets and registration on hand. Most importantly, you should make sure you do not drink if you plan to drive the boat.
We do see a lot more boaters. They're drinking a little bit heavier. They're on the beach longer, but they don't realize that alcohol affects them really differently on the water while they're driving. Just make sure you're being safe. Make sure that everyone on your boat's being safe.
SCDNR is doing free boat inspections on Labor Day in McCormick County at Scotts Ferry, Clarks Hill, and Lake Thurmond from 9 to 11. If you live with chronic pain, you may be looking for the best way to manage it without having surgery. We're on your side with advice on what other options you have.
We're starting a movement. 3% store-wide. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, if you have any outdoor plans this evening, things are looking great. It's going to be very comfortable outdoors as well. So we're going to see those temperatures still in the 80s until after sunset. So 7 p.m. still pretty warm out there. Once we hit around 8, 9, that's when we'll drop off into those 70s and eventually seeing those 60s overnight tonight. But the best news I can give you guys is Friday night football looks so much better than what we were looking at just a couple of days ago. Those rain chances have really dropped significantly. So at kickoff tomorrow, we'll be pretty comparable to what we're seeing this evening in those low 80s. By halftime, I think we'll be in those middle, maybe upper 70s in some spots, just depending on how fast the game goes. But good news is not tracking any more rainfall for us. Of course, there's going to be a 10-20% chance of an isolated shower, so we can't completely rule it out, but those rain chances have gone down significantly from what we saw just a few days ago. Now, Saturday, different story. Here's what we can look at waking up Saturday morning. Few hit or miss showers, and that could last into the afternoon as well. So it's not going to be a total washout, but there is going to be that chance for those showers for our Saturday. That's going to drop our temperatures off a little bit, and we'll rebound, though, by the time we get into the start of next week. Labor Day's Monday. We'll be in those lower to middle 80s for us. A few clouds out there, about a 10-20% chance of rain, but things are looking much better once we get past Saturday in terms of those rainfall chances. But I'll have a timed out of what we can expect and a look at your 7-day coming up.
Thanks for that, Emily. Happening now, trees are destroyed right here in Los Angeles earlier this year, and people are rebuilding neighborhoods. One company is taking the trees and turning them into flooring, molding, and door and window jambs for new homes. The Eaton fire destroyed more than 9,000 homes and buildings. One man says his family lost everything, but one of his trees is being taken to the lumber yard so his family can have a new home.
It'll just be a constant reminder of those beautiful days that were, and I thought the best way to honor the tree and to honor its legacy was to preserve it in terms of using it in the future and in our home.
Officials estimate the project could produce up to 2 million board feet, but they need more resources and money to speed up the milling process. Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. adults report living with chronic pain, according to the CDC. Many may not seek a doctor's care out of fear of being told surgery is needed. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why one expert says surgery for pain management should rarely be the first step.
When you're dealing with chronic pain, just getting through the day can be a struggle.
It just prevents them from working, prevents them doing a lot of the things that they like to be doing.
Dr. Brian Braithwaite with Orlando Health Spine Center says instead of seeking care, some may try to deal with the pain, fearing they'll be told that surgery is the answer. But he says that's not always the right one.
Surgery is kind of that last resort. And if you look at statistics, most patients get better. And I'd say probably greater than 80 to 85% of patients with chronic pain get better without ever needing surgery.
Braithwaite says the first step for patients with chronic back and neck pain is to get to the root of the problem. That starts with an x-ray to look at the alignment of the spine. If more information is needed, advanced imaging like a CT scan or MRI are then performed. He says treatment options will vary based on the diagnosis, but could include chiropractic care, massage therapy, dry needling, and acupuncture. For aches or a sprain, he says anti-inflammatory medicines like NSAIDs or other over-the-counter medications could also provide tremendous benefit. And if the pain is keeping a patient up at night, he says muscle relaxers may help.
Quality night of sleep is very important when you have chronic pain because we do want the body's natural mechanisms to kind of kick in and provide some benefit there from a health perspective.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The doctor says if a patient is taking over-the-counter medications at home and their pain isn't getting better, that's a sign to see a medical provider for sure, whether it's urgent care or going to a specialist who can help determine what's causing the pain and work with you to come up with a treatment plan. Still ahead, a new Uber feature can help women feel safer when using the rideshare app, how it works, and the concerns drivers have about it.
And looking at what we can expect overnight tonight, we're going to be in those middle 60s and looking mostly dry for our Friday. I'll have a look at your 7-day coming up.
If you're watching this girl,
Learn how Appy and Ironwood could help you save.
High temperatures for our Friday, right around that 86-degree mark, and check it out, very low rain chances for us, so things are looking a lot better for those Friday night football plans than what we saw last Friday, thankfully so. Once we get into Saturday, though, those rain chances will be back in play. It's not going to be a total washout, but something we'll continue to monitor. When we wake up in the morning, most of us will start to see a few isolated showers that could last throughout midday, and then a hit or miss shower throughout the evening as well. But again, not widespread rain for us, but just know you're gonna need some rain gear with you if you have any outdoor plans for your Saturday. Sunday, low rain chances again, 82, so things are staying in the low 80s for our weekend. Labor Day, we might bump back up into that 84-degree mark range, and then we're going to see sunny sky conditions for us for our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Maybe an isolated shower or two for our Wednesday, but temperatures are on the rise. 85 Wednesday, 86 next Thursday.
Making women feel more confident when requesting ride shares. That's the goal of a new Uber feature called Women Preferences, allowing women to request a female driver in the rideshare app. Mary Bell Gonzalez has more from LA, one of the cities where the pilot program is set to roll out.
Welcome to my office.
Rideshare driver Ishelle Wright has been behind the wheel since 2020.
There's a lot of times where women will get into the car and they'll be like, oh, thank God, a woman driver.
Uber heard the same sentiment and is launching Women Preferences. It allows both female riders and drivers to match, but Wright worries the program could hurt business.
We're going to get 50% less rides because of this, whether you're a male driver or a female driver, because we have to match.
Uber says the new feature could give women a more confidence.
We're in a very vulnerable position as drivers. Our backs are to the passengers, our hands are on the wheel, we're watching for safety on the road, and no one's really looking out for safety for us.
Uber has long grappled with preventing sexual assault on its platform. According to Uber's safety report, nearly 6,000 sexual assault reports were made from 2017 to 2018. By 2022, that number dropped to just over 2,700. Uber says, quote, most drivers are men, so the company worked to make sure this new feature was usable.
But
there's no female drivers nearby, it's not going to work.
Catherine Kosmines, an advocate at Helping Survivors, says no matter who your driver is, stay alert.
You always keep your window cracked enough that you can reach your arm out of it. They could have child locks on, so you can't actually open the back door from the inside.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
New today, Claire's is closing several stores, including one in Aiken, after filing for bankruptcy. The Augusta Mall store is staying open, but the location at the Hitchcock Plaza is closing. The store announcing last week it sold its business to a private equity firm for more than $100 million. This is Claire's second bankruptcy in the last 7 years. Today, 5 sea turtles are returning to their home in the ocean after being rescued by the South Carolina Aquarium. Hundreds of people attending an event in Folly Beach to see them make their return. They were taken to the aquarium to be nursed back to health for a few months. The biologist taking care of them says she always develops a special connection with the turtles.
Our team does absolutely wonderful work making sure that these guys are able to go back home one day, and there's definitely not a dry eye out here at these public releases. It's such a special moment to see all of the hard work that yourself and your team have put in to make such an impact.
The South Carolina Aquarium has released more than 400 turtles to their habitats. Listen up, those movies and TV shows you've purchased on Amazon don't actually belong to you. Amazon's facing a lawsuit over the situation. The lawsuit accuses Amazon of a bait and switch. The person filing it says she bought episodes of a Nickelodeon TV series in May, but later found her purchases were no longer available. That's due to fine print that says the buyer has agreed to Amazon's terms. You now have nearly 1 billion reasons to buy a Powerball ticket this week. The lottery is now at $950 million after no one matched last night's numbers. This is the 6th largest prize amount in Powerball history. The jackpot has been increasing since May 31st. If someone wins Saturday night's drawing, the player can choose to get 29 yearly payments or a lump sum of about $439 million. I'm happy with that. You gotta play to win. And if we have another local lottery winner, we actually do. This time in Orangeburg County, the winner in Bowman won $50,000 at the Bowman Food Mart. There were 3 other winners throughout South Carolina last night, with one winning $200,000. Congratulations to those lucky players, Emily.
Yeah, it wasn't me, I'll tell you that. But pretty cool. Lucky for those people there. But looking at tomorrow's forecast, we're a little bit lucky ourselves. We're not tracking any rainfall for those Friday night football plans. I'll have a look at your 7-day one more time coming up.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Right now at Rooms to Go by
Go.
Listen to this. Move over Philly. There's a new cheesesteak in town, and it's from the Arctic. One Swedish town is selling reindeer cheesesteaks with reindeer and moose meat. Owners say they want a hearty dish to fuel local miners and give visitors something bold to try. They're $26 each. It's the most expensive sandwich in Europe, apparently, but those who try it say it's worth it. Are you trying this?
No. Are you going to eat Dasher or Dancer? Or Prancer or Vixen? No.
I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way.
I'm not going to eat Rudolph.
You know, I like to say I'll try a lot of things, but to be honest, I don't know about that one.
No. Yeah, you are really good, I will say, Zaina. You are really good about, I'll try it.
I will say there's just some things I don't think we should try. Some things call out my Oklahomans. Rattlesnake, I don't think we should try. That's a thing over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say no to this one too.
Yeah, I don't know how you can eat reindeer. I think that's just wrong. But anyways, want to look at what we can see throughout the rest of this evening. If you want to take your furry friend out on a walk or maybe even do some outdoor chores, it's going to be very comfortable for us. We'll stay in those lower 80s until 7 p.m., dropping off into the 70s after that, and eventually those middle 60s for that average overnight low. And good news is our Friday night football forecast looks so much better than what we were looking at just a few days ago, so much drier than last Friday. Things are going to be in the low 80s. Temperatures will be as we hit kickoff, and then after that we'll see those 70s and 60s. But stick with us. We have more news and weather coming up.
The News 1226 First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster.
At Parker's Kitchen, we want to offer the best value to our customers, and that's why we serve the biggest, the juiciest, the crispiest chicken tender at a great price. When you're hungry, size matters.
I'm gonna stop.